What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Everything Wrestling. And today we will be talking about the Dudley Boys, the new Dudley Boys Elites that just came out. A couple of things I want to discuss. So it's kind of an unboxing. As you guys know, I don't really do the whole figure. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't really do it. Let me take that back. I try not to have a lot of figure unboxings because I pride myself on having a channel that is different from the norm. So everybody has their own opinion about their figures and that type of thing. But because I know a lot of you guys that follow me basically like to hear my thoughts on these different things, there's things, I feel like being honest. That's what I want to say. I like being honest. So when something is good, I'm gonna tell you it's good. When something is great, I'm gonna tell you it's great. But when something is rough, I'm gonna let you know it's rough. So I pride myself on that, as you see when I'm doing the FTC products. So in saying that, let's get to this review. So I'm calling a review, not an unboxing. So pretty much, as you can see, I already have taken them out. Now, let's go with the good. And I'm going to take you in. Y'all know how I do this. So, first thing. And on the good side, the likeness is on point. Check that out. Check out the face. That likeness is beautiful. Check out Devon's face. Let me take the glasses off. Or I'm going to just raise them up. Let's see. Can y'all see? Yep. Likeness on point. Excellent. Excellent. And title, you already know the tag title's beautiful. That type of thing. It's the standard movement. We ain't got to go through that. Hold on. Let me see what else we want to do. So, other thing I want to show you guys. Well, before I get to that. The other thing that I like is we got this background. If there's one thing that I have to take my hat off to Mattel and WWE, or Mattel, I have to take my hat off to them, is giving us these backgrounds. I like that old school hardcore ECW wrestling background. Love that. I also love how they included the Raw background, the Raw's War background with the headbanger. So I'm loving getting these little backgrounds in there. So that's a plus. Now that we got all the good, so that's all the good, because I believe it's starting with pluses. Now, what needs to be done differently, or what is a negative? Here's the biggest negative for me. My biggest negative is this man right here, Bubba Ray. Now, the fact that, and I really don't understand. Supposedly, Mattel has a new manufacturer, so they're quote unquote working the kinks out. But the fact they made him so tall is crazy to me. Now, with him standing next to Devon, remember Bubba was always taller than Devon anyway, so you don't really notice it with these two figures. But I'm gonna show you the. So these are the. Hold on. Alright. Oh. Come on, brother. Devon. Gotta stand up for me. Alright. So these are the Elite. I'm not sure what series this is. But these are the older Dudley figures. So this is the first set. This isn't the from the vault set. So this was the original. Now, as you can see, give y'all some more light. as you can see the height discrepancy, number one. Now, I'm not a stickler, and let me say this from Jump Street. I'm not a stickler about scaling. I can care less as long as, what can I say? Daniel Bryan ain't looking like Andre the Giant. I can care less about that because I collect all different lines. So, you notice you seen jacks in my shots, that type of thing. If it's got articulation, I'm gonna make it work. So let me start by saying that. But for those who are real particular about their scaling, this may pose an issue because, as you can see, we know that Bubba was 6'3", so pretty much, he's pretty much around the. Ooh, I'm not sure which wrestlers are 6'3" because I don't keep track of their size. But we know that he shouldn't be towering. First of all, he shouldn't be towering over the other Bubba. So let's do this. So I took off Bubba's hat so that you can actually see the scale and proportion. So that's how Bubba scales to the original Dudley Boy figures. So you can see the scaling on there. And then I'm going to also do Devon scaling. Well, let me move because it's kind of confusing. And that's Devon scaling. Now, I'm not too much worried about Devon scaling. It's not too bad. I do like the fact, and here's another pro, I do like the fact they gave him the girth. They needed the first set of figures, which is on the left, they were too small. Both Devon and Bubba got some size to them, especially during that time when they first came into ECW. Both of them was Devon was on the buff side and Bubba was on the heavy side. So we needed the girth. But it seemed like when they added the girth, they also added height to them. So like I said, the Devon scaling isn't bad. Like, it could stand to be, pretty much maybe a tad bit shorter, but I can deal with that. So when we're talking scaling, I'm going to be using Bubba for all my references. So let's go back to Bubba. Actually, let's do this. So this is a reference to, so here's how Bubba matches up to, this is a custom Sandman that I made. And pretty much you see Bubba sitting there looking like Khali. Now, I'm going to get you hold on, let's use a Scott Hall. Now, Scott Hall, I'm going to look up his height and see Scott Hall height. Alright, so Scott Hall is 6'7", and I'm going to show you how he compares to Scott Hall. Now, that should give you the reference. Scott Hall is 6'7", and Bubba is supposed to be 6'3". And as you can see, Scott Hall is pretty much shorter than Bubba. Now, I'm going to give you Kevin Nash, and I'm also do a review on these outsiders. These are beautiful. Alright, so we know Kevin Nash. Now this looks more in proportionate because Kevin Nash is 7, I think 7'1". So because he's 7'1", and we don't know what they put Bubba at, it pretty much still gives you a proportionate look. But now I'm gonna show you something. That is a Jax, old school Jax Bobby Eaton figure. And you know, most people who dealt with Jax know that most of Jax were 7-inch figures. And as you can see, standing straight up, Bubba is taller than Bobby. So my point in saying all this is that we need to stop worrying about scaling. If you are a stickler about scaling, your figures are going to be all off, because none of the lines now are accurate when it comes to scaling. And I've been saying this for the longest. And this is that, you know, everybody used to compare they used to take all figure lines and compare them to Mattel. And I've always consistently said Mattel figure line or figures are not accurate in terms of the scales. They've all been different sizes. Look at their basics. But some of the basics are super short. And then when the elites come out, they're taller. So none of the lines have been accurate, but people tend to always compare that to them. So yeah, the days of comparing figure lines or talking about the accuracy of scaling, that's a wrap. Now, quality of figures, I can dig it. Like I said, I'm gonna make them look good no matter what. Let's see. Shirt. So clothing wise, with Bubba, it's a cloth shirt, as you can see. Hold on, let me take you back into the. So we got 3D Death Drop on one side, and then of course you got the Dudley Boys on the other side. So this type of shirt, and y'all know I'm a clothing individual, pretty much they aren't planning on you taking the shirt off, because I've found, even though this is stretchy material, these shirts tend to be hard to take on and off. Now let's keep in mind that if you want to take it off, I mean, they come off because Bubba, you know, basically Bubba's head comes off just like the other one. So, you know, you can basically pull it over his head. But it's not something that you would normally be doing. Now, something else I want to show you, and of course, this is, as they say, attention to detail. Hold on. Again, I'm the type that I give you pros and cons. When we talk about attention to detail, look at that. And for those who follow ECW and the Dudley Boys back then, they even gave him the little design in his hair that he had back then. Now I think that's dope. That's paying attention to details. So that's why I tell you, overall, if I gotta give it a, what can I say, a rank, 1 out of 10 in terms of quality of figures or figures, we've been asking for Dudley Boy figures, I mean in terms of ECW attired Dudley Boys, for the longest. So I'm happy to have them. So don't get me wrong, I am happy to have them. You're gonna see a couple of shots with me, the Dudley Boys ECW style. So If you're not a particular when it comes to scaling, I say grab them. Because again, it's the ECW Dudley boys. Hey, we've been asking for this for the longest. Now, if you are if you are very particular about your scaling, then you might want to pass on these, because again, unless you're a customizer who can really, like, I guess, either do you experiment with different boots or change calves, you know, that whole thing. I dabble in it, but that ain't my area of expertise. Then maybe you may be able to fix it or drop them down some, and if you can do that, great. But if not, then you probably would be a little disappointed. But again, great quality figures. Faces are on point. Articulation is there. It's just that scaling is an eyesore. But again, that's just like the Build-A-Figure Kali, who's like super short, and that Legends IRS, that's like super short. So we can no longer, now since I guess they have a new Mattel has a new manufacturer, we can't really put a lot into scaling now. So it's basically, to me, it's just being happy that we have the figures, and you know, I guess go with that. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents regarding it. Like I said, if you're not a particular about scaling, then snatch them. But if you are particular about that, then I say pass, because 9 times out of 10, and I'm almost willing to bet we may get a re-release of these with the scaling addressed properly. But now the question is, how long are you willing to wait? And you know, I don't see it being soon. So we may get from the vault line with these, and again, the scaling probably be addressed, and both of them actually, the scaling probably be addressed. But how long are you willing to wait? So that's my thing with that. All right, y'all. So other than that, we'll be back with some more reviews and series and everything else. So until then, y'all enjoy your day. Stay blessed out there and be safe. I'll catch you on the next go around.